Yep, absolutely. I'd love to because honestly, you have a baby and a lot of people promise, that they're going to be there, that they're going to help you and stuff like that. But life gets in the way and everybody life is life and really hard right now. So remember that part, but it's still important that you have help because being a mother and going through it alone really, really sucks. And I'm not talking about single motherhood. I'm talking about there are actually married women right now that are more so single mothers than I've ever been as a single mother. They're getting up and doing all the night feedings. They can't even remember the last time they slept. They've never been out with a friend since they had the baby. They're doing all the diaper changes, all the feedings, all the everything. Like, that is insane, and that's too much for anybody to hold. So let's talk about the village, okay? One thing about the village is that it includes a lot of different things that sometimes we don't even think about. But the main idea is it is to support you both mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I would say right away that my village included a great chiropractor. And that is something that you have to pay for, okay? When your body changes through pregnancy, a lot of things are not going to be arranged in the same way that it was before. On top of the extra effort of, carrying a baby all typically on one side, breastfeeding, hunching over, picking up car seats and unfolding, strollers and things like that, like it could take a real toll on your body. While you're at it, get a great masseuse, okay? Somebody that you're comfortable with and somebody who knows you and knows your body. I love mine. She's here every 2 weeks, faithfully. Now let's talk about, support for the child, okay? Both you and your child, actually, because a night doula would be somebody that would support both you and your child. That's to ensure that you can get some type of rest, because a lot of times I see so many women talking about, how stressed or how, tired they are. It's because they're getting up and they're doing literally all the night feedings. Now include that with things like, okay, maybe you're still working and maybe you're still, working from home or whatever it is, but not getting enough sleep is enough to cause anybody to be depressed. So I'm not surprised that the rate of postpartum depression is so high because, lack of sleep will literally cause you to go into psychosis. Another part of the village that I pay for is going to be house cleaning services. I've either having my house cleaned either once a week or once every other week for the last probably about 10, 11 years now. I am somebody who gets like severely stressed out and just a bunch of mental blockages when things around me are untidy or unorganized. So having help with that in the form of, constant scheduled help, it puts me in a place where I don't have to stress out as much trying to clean up behind everybody. Because at the end of the day, having a clean place affects me more than it affects anybody else in my household. So they may not prioritize it the way that I prioritize it. So I found myself cleaning up after people, walking around, picking up things and organizing things. And I was getting to the place where I was doing that more so than, doing the things that it took to provide for my kids. Now, as far as childcare, I'm going to say this. Moms need breaks, okay? If you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a working mom, if you're a work from home mom, I don't care what it is, mom needs a break, okay? And that's going to mean that you're going to have some form of childcare. Now, if your family members can't do it and you've been arguing back and forth with your man on who's going to do what and he's not really, pulling his weight with helping with the kids, at the end of the day, you still need a break. Now at this point in my life, I make sure that I have that set up for myself. So I have a nanny at this point. My daughters have a myriad of trusted, family members and family friends that they can spend time with. I would just make sure that I had that included in my village before even having a child, okay? Because it's real easy to get stuck and to find yourself in abusive situations when all of your resources are being affected because you are literally 24/7 childcare and you can't work or you can't study or you start getting depressed because of lack of sleep, or you're not eating right, and those sorts of things. It really puts you in a vulnerable place. So in order to combat that, just go ahead and make sure you have that part set up. And like I said, this could be some services that you can find for free. Another thing that people don't think about is trade. So if you're good at doing hair and braiding hair and stuff like that, I'll trade you some babysitting hours for being able to do your hair for free. Or it has to be paid. I mean, let's keep it honest. I think one of the ways that we can come out of our services being considered as free labor is if us as women are respecting other women and their time and their services by paying them. So these are just a few members of my village. If you have a village and I missed something, go ahead and leave that in the comments and follow me for more.